Beef Brigade will be on the blue side this game, in the first of the 5 games. With a first ban, Blitzcrank. We'll see who TOX decides to ban this first draft, with a Lulu ban coming out. With Toxic King Yarlos' Yasuo being banned out, one of his prime champions. Twisted Fate being taken off the table. And Silas to round out BB's bans. And Echo to round out the first round of bans. We do see a Gnar hover coming out from BB. That will be a Gnar lock-in. See if TOX decides to lock in their top laner to match the first pick. You see the Pike lock-in. See who they pair that with for the first 2 picks of the red side. It will be the Volibear. Brand new on this patch, 10.11. See how much of an effect that can have on the game. We will see a Graves Morgana lock-in. Some early power with Graves scaling. I do expect that Volibear to go into the jungle with a Vladimir hover. You see an MF ban being thrown out towards BB as they have not locked in an ADC yet. Caitlyn being thrown over towards Zact. With a Kog'Maw ban coming up. That is an odd one. Don't see that one too often. With 8 Darius rounding out the second half of bans. See who red side decides to counterpick. They have the ADC and I assume the top laner left to pick. It will be the orange, so it will be Volibear Jungle. Unless something really wacky is happening. Oh, Urgot locked in top. Yep. Very Volibear Jungle. The auto lock Vayne. In Morgana, it can be okay in lane. Cassio with the hyper damage. So not a huge front line for BB, but lots of scaling. And safety with the Morgana. Let's see who TOX decides to round out the comp with. It will be the Jinx coming out from Zac. Okay, very big front to back team fight comps. You will see how that turns out in this lane. Give them still 20 seconds to swap. Looks like a very action-packed game for TOX, playing pretty aggro on their team. Pyke with the gold generation should work out pretty good. As we will run over to the spectator delay, we will see you in 3 minutes. And we hop into game 1 of this series. If there's any early cheese as pings fly out towards the mid tower by the red team. TOX does like to start out with early invades usually. See if BB can counter that. It looks as though it is Cassiopeia bot lane and Vayne mid. At least indicated by who's playing them. A little cheeky invade by TOX here. Maybe get some early vision. Maybe find a pick. And Urgot will back up to go to the top lane. Seems as though TOX is going to stay for this red buff. It's an interesting decision. Vayne does spot out Vladimir. Graves is still staying around here. I'll see if they try to split the map. TOX will be starting the invade red buff. We have seen them do this before. And it will be the Vayne mid versus Vladimir with Hail Blades too. Look to bully out that Vladimir. They do walk into the bind. Vladimir is here to counter the cheese. Get the stun and volley gets the first blood. And Cassio is chased back to her turret. That is a good first blood. Urgot Gnar, very odd matchup. You ever see this? Two ranged top laners against each other. Both running Conquer. Bot lane is a 9-0 CS lead so far. Urgot does hit the E. Very good trade. He's gonna keep going on this. Urgot gets a solo kill on top lane. As Gnar decides to leave the game. It's an interesting one. The bind does land on the Jinx. A little bit of poke damage. We will see a quick pause as Gnar reconnects to the game. And play will resume right now. Just a small little DC. Bot lane farm is evened up. Cassio did get the rest of the farm. Does miss the cannon though. Ooh, 1v1 in the jungle. Oliver does manage to secure that one, netting himself the vision of the river. He just whiffs his Q. That does his mid lane. Vayne is farming decent. A little trade. His rush does get procced. Mine does land on a Jinx. Could be a very favorable trade. They're gonna keep going. He'll flashed out. Ignite. Flash Ignite by Morgana. Does secure the Jinx kill. The bind lands on the Pike. And Cassio will slither. Oh, he gets hit by the hook. Can she heal it? Aftershock by Pike does kill. Pike hit the E. Mine does land. I shield out for no real reason. Does not block the Q. This looks like a dead Morgana. She does it the bind, and she gets out cleanly. Pretty even top lane, other than the first kill. Try to stop those lag spikes. Trade by Nara and Urgot. Pretty boring lane so far, other than the solo kill. As they are just trading far. Urgot goes for the big trade, lands the E. Are forced to jump out, flash by Urgot, and misses the Q. So a trade of flashes in the top lane. Vayne tumbles in. Pretty decent trade versus the Vladimir. See if he can regen all of that health back. As a dragon is stirred up by TOX. Dragon will be secured by Team Toxic. Bloodpool does block out the auto attack. They are just trading farm. The ult on the Vladimir does expend as a bind lands on the Jinx. Black shield, this looks like a dead Jinx. Jinx will fall down to the Cassio bot lane with only the tier. Sorry about that, just had to get the objective timers up. Jump forward by Urgot, misses. Afraid of dashes. Urgot is farming very well in this top lane. Both teams have very decent scaling, with the Cassio Vayne Graves versus the Vladimir Jinx Pike. Graves does secure his own blue buff. Another blood pool comes out from the Vladimir. Line does land again on the Jinx. This is another dead Jinx. Oliver is here to try to trade the skill over. But he may go down to the Cassio. It's his shield. Does die to Cassio. Cassio's looking for a triple kill. Like, does get out of that fight. Cassio 3-1 at 8 minutes. Up 10 farm as well. This looks like a strong Cassio pick. Urgot flings himself forward, gains about nothing. Herald is secured by the Graves as he roams top with it. He will summon a top. TP coming out from the Vladimir. They really don't want this Herald. Vladimir with a 246 chunk, he does commit the ultimate. Herald does go down to no play. Flash forward by Vladimir. Survived by Jinx! Cross map snipe onto the Graves. That will secure one other kill. Vayne is free farming mid. That's the Cutlass slow. Y'all coming through with a ghost on Vayne. This true damage is shredding. Oh, I do not like that contempt. Flash by Vayne to secure the kill. It will be a kill, but that is a lot committed to the Vayne. Little skirmisher in the mid lane. Does land his E. Another silver bolt proc. Ain't looking to kill here. Does secure the kill on Vlad with a solo kill. Mine lands on the Pike. Another spell shield coming out. That's a big chunk on the Pike. Cassio flashes forward. Does not kill the Pike. Large chunks on both of them. He does kill the Jinx, but the Pike does survive. So flash shield burned by Cassio. Grade's just whips the ult. I don't think it would have killed Pike anyways. All the ultimate's over. What will he do here? Morgana can wipe. Pike has ult. He can get them low enough. That ignite will kill with a flash by Graves. Volibear is caught out. Jinx ult hits the Graves. Will Graves get his dash up in time? Vayne is here to secure the kill. 3-0 Vayne mid lane. This BB starts up the dragon. Flash forward by Urgot. BB will secure the dragon. Ultimate committed onto the Gnar. Does fall off though. So a 2,000 gold lead at 11 minutes for Beef Brigade. As everyone looks to reset the map. Larry pushes his wave in versus the Vayne. Went back to base. Does have Bork completed at 12 minutes into the game. And uses the Bork. Commits the ultimate. Vlad ults, has no pool. Can die to this. Will get the heal from ult? He will, but looks like he will fall protobelt forward. Still dies. Gnar is getting chased down, almost into Mega. Like, just dodges out on the bind. Hook does land on Morgana with no black shield. It does run away easily. Does land on a Cassio. He just dodges the E. He's all committed. Flash forward on Morgana to block it. Pike secures the kill with the ult. That is a big gold influx. Can he catch the Morgana out with a Q? Shield does come forward, and that looks like the end of that fight. His Vayne is demolishing this Vladimir. On her 4th blade. Starting to hit into the 5th. Marlene will proc the demolish on the turret. As turret plating falls in 30 seconds. Does jump away. We're on trading farm, fairly even. Oliver is falling behind on farm, but is a tank. Now we're getting collapsed on by 3 here. Let's have to jump away. TOX does set up the Herald, but Graves and Vayne are already rotating onto it. They do not want any of that. Jinx throws the ult down, barely chunks the Graves out. Flash forward by Vladimir. Does land the ult on 2. A trade of Volibear Graves. Vayne is free hitting. The Zonius comes out by Vladimir. Pyke does miss the ult, and Vayne will clean up this fight fairly quickly. With a triple kill, 7-0-1 at 15 minutes. Casio does continue to farm. And he's getting chased down by the Jinx, but he does get away. Let's finish the Rage Blade already. That is a big power spike. Just whiffs the Vine. Jinx on the Morgana does chunk her down to half health.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Main splits in the bot lane versus the Vladimir. Now we're getting chased down by the Pyke. Does he jump away? He does get hit by the hook. Looks like a dead Gnar here with the Pyke secure with the ult. That is they are in a gold lead. Down an entire tower and 3 kills. Brave blast cones over to the Volibear. Volley is forced to flash away from that. Urgot is in the miasma. Gets her jump off. Gets out of the Morgana. Just a pure chase down by Casio. Riley's putting in work. He's on the dodge on the hook. That bind lands, he is dead. No, he dodges. Good spell shield by Morgana to block out the stun. Ollie is caught out here and will fall to the Graves ult. TB committed in by Gnar. Rageblade putting in work here. Vladimir does come down. Vayne will be fine. Over 3/4 health still. Jinx ult comes out to secure the dragon. Who does secure here? Vayne looking for the 1v2. Dodges out on the hook. Does get ignited. Dodges the hook again, but Urgot ult will pull her in and kill her. Aaron is alive. See if any team wants to contest for that. This is though Vayne is building the Frozen Mallet. Asu is starting to shred through these tanks. Actually may kill the Pyke here. Just barely survives, and the Rift Herald is placed down mid. Vladimir committing to the split push with TP up. Does have TP advantage over the Gnar. Urgot also has TP. And he's getting one shot by the Casio. Does fall down. As Volibear was late on the flank. Or does whiff the Volibear bind. Like, Vlad is caught inside the Baron pit. Can't flash out. On top of the miasma, does flash out. Like, whiffs the ult. Gray's still alive. So Volley will stay alive for now. Volley does fall down in the pit. Vayne cleans up the Volibear, as well as the Urgot. Will they start Baron up? Looks like they will. Cassio Vayne can shred through the Baron so quickly. Mine does land on the bike. Mike pulls Cassio out of the pit. Does that kill him? He does follow the poison. That is a shutdown onto the pike. This Vayne Cassio scaling is going insane. Dragon Soul for Eve Brigade is coming up in 2.5 minutes. See if they can secure the Ocean Soul. Some ward clearing come out. Some general maintenance. Cassio will be donated the blue buff. Vladimir does get hit by the bind. We'll take a quarter of his health for it. A 4-man, 5-man stack into the mid lane by VB to secure the tower. Like, does miss the bind. Blows the hook. They're shutting into this mid turret. I think autos are starting to hurt with the hurricane. No flashes on the side of Team Toxic. Morgan Nar have theirs on BB. Also, it is starting to hurt with the Qs and E's. The wave clear of Vlad comes through and Jinx. Then goes to the top lane to split. TOX engaged right now and killed the Cassio instantly. This could be an easy win. Mine misses. Pike will follow the poison. His Urgot ult flies out for no reason. Flash bind by Morik does get buffered out by the Urgot. Vlad does get a big ult. Misses ult. Gray's ult comes through, cleans up. Cassio is doing a major DPS in this team fight. As Jinx is All the while, Vayne has been splitting on the top lane. We'll secure the inhib. As well as the mid inhib. Urgot jumps in and pulls the Cassio in. Cassio is getting very low. Vayne ults. Jinx ult does not connect with anybody. This looks like a tough game here. Pike flashes forward. And the forfeit actually comes out by Team Toxic. A 25-14 victory. Let's take a look at these damage charts. Cassio Vayne did do some work early. As we do see the Cassio and Vayne did shred through the entire game very quickly.